guess we are online. It's the first time for me, so I guess here we are. Yeah, I think in direct. So, oh, there's a person over there, so it's working. Hi! I'm gonna wait some minutes, just 2 or 3, in order to be sure that we all are here. And so I can also get more confident with this idea of talking to invisible people over there. Hi! Welcome! So, just to start, um, yeah, I think we can go. Welcome everybody, people. I'm really happy and excited to be here in this new workshop offered by New Wellness Education. My name is Raffaella, but you can also call me Rafi, and I'm the guest of this week. So before even starting, I think you can guess how excited I am in this moment. I also am a little bit scared. But before starting, I think it's part of the game to be so emotional, and I'm gonna do my best to face all of it. I'd love to thank the staff of New Wellness Education, first of all, for this wonderful project they created and for the opportunity of being here together. I'm really happy to be here to talk with you about something so interesting like relationship. And second point, I would thank also New Wellness because they gave me finally the opportunity of wearing some real clothes after 40 days of quarantine. I don't even remember the time, and that's why I'm pretty grateful. So I guess we can definitely start with the topic of this workshop, which is relationship in general. Just to make a step back, yesterday Francesca offered us a very nice and I think meaningful overview on the basics of relationship, and she gave us many tools, I think many instruments to take and to think how we can put more effort, more energy, more awareness also in our relationship, in our actual relationship. So what I would like to do with you today is to take a step back and to reflect upon what comes before a relationship, which is the moment in which we break the ice with the person we meet. I would like to take some minutes with you to reflect about how hard sometimes it can be to get in contact with someone, to establish a real human connection. I don't know why it is, or at least now I know why it is so hard, but I would like to talk with you about this aspect. I know many of you might think, well, Raffaella, we are in quarantine since 1 month. There's no need of human relationship, of real human relationship right now. But exactly because we are in this moment, in this bubble of loneliness, that I would like to use this time in order to reflect with you on what will come next. To be ready when we'll be free again to meet other human people and to really enjoy that moment of meeting without being scared anymore about being judged maybe or rejected by the other person. So there's for sure a sense in which in these days we are talking a lot. We are really connected with other people. We are texting a lot, we are sharing videos, images with parents, friends, colleagues, everybody in the world. And I think that more than ever social media in these days are a very nice opportunity in order to connect authentically. But I also think that we should think about it. We should use them carefully in order to avoid the risk that social media in this period may become the only way to meet new people. Have you ever thought about it? I'm saying this because sometimes, even before the spreading of the virus, the use of social media became a sort of surrogate to avoid the real-life contact. Many times, far from approaching the person in person, we prefer using the computer, where there is no trace of human exchange, there is just a sort of digital exchange, and everything is mediated by the screen. Maybe because I suppose we feel somehow more protected, I guess. So, what's the purpose of my workshop? Well, it is to provide you a very simple but I think powerful tool to kick down definitely the fear of meeting new people for the first time, to let you come back to the real life and normality with a new enthusiasm, new positive energy, and no need at all to use social media to break the ice with a stranger. So, I hope you are pretty excited about it as I feel in this moment. What will come next is that in the next minute we're gonna see together what I mean when I speak about something that block us in establishing new contacts, why these crazy negative feelings arise, and what we can do to overcome them, to turn them into a sort of renovated energy to build new authentic relationship. We'll make a sort of very funny exercise which is very simple, but I trust it. It's really powerful, and I hope this will make the difference to let you come in new relationship with a renovated confidence, right? So, if you are ready to start, and I'm gonna check how many of you are here. Oh, 5 people. That's great. You're still there. That's a good moment. I would ask you to make a sort of thought experiment. Have you ever heard about it? It's a sort of mental simulation through the area of creativity. I would like you to ask to imagine that in this moment you are not in this crazy house, not in your house, you are in a bar, having fun with your friends. There is some music over there, yeah, it's really funny. Maybe you are drinking something, you are chilling out. It's so amazing that at a certain point you turn your head and you see a very nice person over there. I don't care if it's a girl or a boy, it's up to you. What I want to say is that you really see someone interesting and you would like to get in contact with that person. You feel so excited and curious, but at a certain point something blocks you physically. Your mind is really curious to get in touch with that person, but your body tells you, no, not stop, it's not the case, let's stay here, there's no need to get there. And listen to your body, you just decide not to get there and know that person because you're freaking out. You are so scared that you just decide it's better to stay here in your comfort zone. How many times did it happen to you in your life? Think about it and be honest. Never? Are you sure? I don't believe, because this is something that almost everybody in the world experienced at least once. I also did, I still do, and this is a sort of very unkind mechanism, a very bad mechanism that can impact our social life and self-perception. But the point is that, what is that? Why does this happen, and why sometimes meeting new people can be such a stressful experience? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever felt it? Basically, the biggest reason why we stop is because we are so terribly afraid of being rejected by the other person, of being ridiculous and feeling bad about it. Well, I think it's something quite normal, because one of the basic needs, if you have ever seen Maslow's studies, one of the basic needs of human individuals is to be liked by other individuals. We really need to feel loved by the other person. So basically, every time we get in contact with a new person, at the basis, at the very basic level, there is the hope that we will be appreciated for the person we are. Unfortunately, what happens many times is that we are afraid this won't happen at all. Maybe the person won't like us, maybe she or he will laugh at us, we will seem ridiculous, and we will force to go back to our table with the tail between the legs, with another bad experience on our shoulder. In a nutshell, that is why I think many times we just prefer avoid the content and we just give up, letting the other person go away from the field of our possible relationship because we are so scared. And maybe in this being scared, we prevent us from experiencing something great and precious for our person. At this point, the question that comes to my mind is, okay, these feelings are great, not great, but they are quite common and normal. But can we do something to actively free ourselves from these invisible chains in social relationship? Yeah. The good news is, yes, luckily we can do something. And the point is that what is really amazing is that we can do it right now together in this moment. I really hope you're so excited as I am. But the last thing we need to know before starting this activity that I prepared for you for today is that many times when we meet new people, we move into a dysfunctional mental frame. What does that mean? Well, we approach people by thinking, what can I get from this relationship? What is in there for me? Well, actually you can get a success, the person say, yes, I like you, or a rejection, like, no, I don't like you, just go away. But since we usually tend to think in negative terms, we think about the worst that could happen, the most part of people just ends being paralyzed by the fear of being rejected and just decide to give up. So what I would like to do with you right now is to free our person from this negative relational frame to adopt a more positive and empowering one, moving from what can I get from that person to what can I offer to that person. Can you hear the difference? It sounds so different, and in this difference I feel such a powerful vibration. Can you also feel it? When we approach people with the aim of giving them something, there is no space anymore for being rejected. There is no space for being judged negatively by the other person, but there is just a space for sharing, a space of abundance in which you want to offer the beauty of your presence to the other person. Maybe this person can say, yes, I want you, or maybe not, I don't want you. But the point is that its refusal doesn't say anything about you anymore. The no doesn't mean you are not enough for me. It doesn't undermine your identity because you became a giver. You're not looking for a passive approval from a stranger. So in other words, what I'm trying to suggest for the activity we're going to do in the next few seconds is to suggest you about moving from a sort of passive attitude in living your relationships to a more proactive and conscious way of getting in touch with the people around us. This is something Francesca told us yesterday. We should try to make the switch. And today I thought it could have been really nice to work again on this point, because it seemed to be a very little step, but if you're able to make this change, well, you have more and more possibility to live very satisfying relationship. So, at this point, if everything goes like I planned, you should be like, OMG, this sounds crazy, it's the most powerful thing I've ever heard of relationship, but what I should do concretely. And here is where the activity comes. So I would like to do something with you at this moment, a sort of activity that, love Francesco. She's my friend, that's why she's so cute with me, but thank you, Francesca. At this point, I would like to start, finally, you would say finally, we are at the activity, which consists of 3 parts. Unfortunately, we won't be able to finish the activity right now, today, because it consists of 3 parts, and it will take a little bit, some days, some hours, to complete the task. But the point is that I think this is the very right moment to start this activity. So I invite you for the first part to take a pen and a piece of paper. Then just look around you, take even a small piece of paper, whatever you can, but just take something to actively play in this workshop. Because many times the problem is that we are really passive in our life with the events, what happens around us. And I would like you right now to take an action. And the action I ask you to take is very small. Just take a pen and a piece of paper. Well, now, according to what I said before, that sort of switch from a passive to a more proactive way, I ask you to reflect upon what you can give in a relationship. As a friend, as a sister, as a brother, as a son, as a lover, no matter the role you are playing in this very moment, just think about what can you give in relationship. What are your main qualities? Is it you smile maybe? Is it your always positive attitude? Is your patience maybe? Or your support? I don't know. The point is that I want you to write down what can you bring of positive in a relationship. What are your strengths? Well, find them. I will give you some second. Of course, you can do this activity also on your own. We will take a very short time in this moment, but just take your time to think about it and to write those qualities down on that piece of paper. Okay? I could maybe play the music right now, something very relaxing to let you write them down. Done? Have you found your qualities? Well, once you have found your good points, the second part of the activity is about sharing. In the end, we are talking about relationship, right? So there is always a moment in which you are supposed to share. In which way, you will ask? Well, now that you have identified your points, now that you have a list, I would like you to take your phone and to text the people you love the most. Your parents, your friends, the person you love, maybe your colleagues, the person who are closer to you. I would like to text them and ask them the following question. Maybe you will need a little intro like, "Hi John, I'm fine, I hope you are the same. I would really like you to be involved in a sort of very nice exercise. Would you like to answer this question? Because if not, maybe you could seem like a crazy person in some psychological crisis, but it's not like that. So make a little intro and then you write this question. Question 1. What do I mean for you? As a person, right? What do I mean for you? Question 2. What are the 3 positive qualities that characterize me? It seems to be an easy question, but it's not. But usually other people answer more easily to this kind of question. When it comes to think about ourselves, it can be quite tricky, but usually other people can see our skills in a more clearly and honest way. And that's why I'm asking you to ask them their help. So we were at the second point. What are the 3 positive qualities that characterize me? Question 3. What is my true strength as a friend, lover, son, sister? Put the role you are playing in that relationship. Question 4. Would you ever call me in the middle of the night if you were in trouble? Yes, no. The answer here can be really funny. And in the end, question 5. Why would you choose me? Are they really easy, right? They seems to be a really easy question, but I swear I made this exercise with the people I love, and what comes back to you is so powerful, is so honest, is so full of love, that even if the starting question could seem a little bit, I don't know, too easy the reward, the final reward you get back is something enormous. So once you have received all the answer from your friends and the people you love, that's why it will take a little bit longer to complete the activity, maybe some hours, maybe some days. Well, once you receive everything back, first of all, leave the things you received back and be grateful for that, because even if it seems simple, just texting back, it's a very act of love that they are giving to you. So just be grateful and thank them for what they are doing to you. And then, make a list. Make a list of your qualities. It doesn't really matter if it's a real list or maybe a digital one, maybe on your phone. And once you have this list in which all the positive skills are there clearly to everybody, just choose an object you always have with you when it comes meeting new people. I don't know, maybe it's a bag. If you are a girl, probably it's a bag. It could be your notebook, your wallet maybe, or I don't know, the phone. It depends if you love the digital forms of stuff or you just prefer to be an old school boy. The point is that choose an object, okay, and put the list inside that object. That's why I was saying it doesn't matter if it's a real list or a digital one. The point is that you really need to have that list with you when it comes to meeting new people again. So the next time you'll be again in that situation in which you really wanted to get in touch with someone, but you feel a little bit scared about the possibility of being rejected, of the possible refusal by the other person, well, take your wallet, grab it, unlock your phone and read the list. Take some second to read that list. Read all the wonderful things that characterize your person, right? Read everything you have to offer in another relationship. Read everything you can positively offer, everything you can, all the love, all the positive stuff. You are the only person which have them. So just read the list, and when you have read the list, take a deep breath, because it takes a little bit of courage, and go get that person. Jump freely in that conversation, remembering that you are not a faker anymore. You are not taking negative feelings. You became a giver, and you just want to offer the beauty of your presence, the power of your person in that possible relationship. And I'm sure that you will be rewarded in every case for the nice person you are. There's no space anymore for being scared of a possible rejection. So I really hope that you will take some great experience from this activity. It was very simple, as I said at the beginning, but I hope it will be nice for you to experience all the feelings that comes through when you do this kind of exercise, right? And I suppose that we're almost at the end of our workshop. It was a very loving and so exciting experience for me. I hope also that it will be the same for you in this moment when you will decide to do this activity. By the way, I just want to wish you the best to you for your relationship and for the new start of the life that we are all waiting in these days. Thank you again to New Wellness Education. I really hope this is gonna be just the first time we're gonna meet again, and I think it's all. Thank you. Bye.